So when I was at school and things, I never really had any aspirations to have a family. And yeah, so about 2 years into knowing each other, and got a pregnancy test. And the only thing I really remember about it was the vivid blue cap, and this sort of, feeling of just waiting for these kind of things that change your life, these lines to appear. And yeah, it was a plus. We spoke, and like most young people, because it wasn't the plan, so we spent an agonising couple of weeks going backwards and forwards and talking about whether or not it's the right thing to have a child. Do we have money? We don't have a home. And I think the moment that sticks out in my mind is sitting in a park somewhere in North London with him and kind of watching parents and children playing and thinking, well, we can't miss out potentially on that. Let's see. And yeah, we never really looked back, really. It was wonderful. William was born in the middle of winter, and we were really enjoying it, and we found that our relationship was going very well as well. We really loved each other, and as a family unit we were doing really well. We'd like to have another, as you do. And so I thought, well, this will be fairly straightforward, because without really even trying, we already had one, so this will be easy. And it wasn't. And so a year passed and we didn't fall pregnant. I started trying to use ovulation tests, and they didn't really pick up my cycles very well. My cycles were all over the place. So I went to my GP. She sent me off to have a scan done because we suspected polycystic ovarian syndrome, so PCOS. So I have PCOS. So that was probably about 6 years into our trying to conceive journey. So it took a long time to figure out what was going on, and spoke to the doctor again. And she said, perhaps it isn't just meant to be, and perhaps you need to just make your peace with not having another. I'd had a couple of early losses as well. It's very difficult to accept that you have that taken away from you. And then I didn't have a period for ages, and did a test, and this time one of the fancy digital ones with words. So after all this time, we were pregnant. He was fine. Everything went fine. When you have secondary infertility, it's difficult to know who to talk to. And I think that is something that's really typical of people who are struggling with secondary infertility. It's something we don't talk about as a society. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. It's quite cathartic. And I think more women should talk about what's happened to them. The more you talk about it, the easier it becomes to process your own journey. So there we go.